everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Amira Barkat and today I have an amazing person with me, Javier Mendoza. Who is Javier Mendoza? He is a diver with great white sharks. Yes, he dives with sharks. Hi Javier.
Hello everybody.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting to have the interview with me.
No problem.
Even that you know that it's with the phone. And I borrowed the tripod and we were like struggling all for an hour to see how to make this video.
It's fun.
It's fun. Thank you.
It's real. It's real.
It's real, and this is why I always say to people that we can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely.
You don't need lights and equipment. With your phone, and you will find precious people like you.
With people for sure, diving with sharks has been just an unbelievable experience for me, life-changing. I grew up in urban cities, living in concrete jungles, but I've always dreamed of being near the ocean, but I was always afraid. So I remember when I was 16 years old, I found my way to the beach where it was raining. A bunch of our friends, we jumped in the water kind of foolishly jumping in there where there was swells and heavy waves. I almost died that day. If it wasn't for my friend, the riptide took me out.
The what? What's the
riptide?
What's the
riptide? It's where the water comes in and pulls back out.
Yeah, it happened once in my life, but it was like a what you call tornado,
like a whirlpool
yes,
effect.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very scary. It's very dangerous. It happens daily, but in that situation, it was very heavy, so it took me very far out where I couldn't barely see the shore. Not being a very good swimmer, I panicked, used all my energy very fast, and before I knew it, I was out of breath, out of energy, and I realized that I was going to die. Fortunately, a friend of mine found his way to me. He pulled me out of the water. We both struggled to the shore, but we made it to the shore. And I said, I will never get back in the water ever again my whole life. 20 years later, being a little bit, superstitious on my favorite number, I was passing a store in Laguna Beach, a dive center. And they had a big special. The number was 33 on there. And I said, that was a sign, I need to see what this is about. So 2 hours later, I have signed up for the full advanced course, the scuba diving course, and I fell in love with the ocean again. It showed me how to swim in the ocean. It showed me how to not fear the ocean, but respect it.
Yeah, but you are like extreme person. Going from one day you said, I will never go to the water again, to be a scuba diving with great white sharks. How come?
Well, the very first time I saw a shark, I realized that everything that I thought about the animal was wrong.
Like what?
On TV, it really scares us. It really makes them a monster, someone who's a human predator. And it's not the case, they have their own food. And there is times where they mistake an identity, where they bite us and attack. But the reality of it, they're creatures like us. They have energy. So once I started realizing, that the media has changed our view of sharks, and they're not, man-killing machines as the media has made them out to be, I started to research them more. I started to understand them more, and then started to dive more. So realizing such misconception of somebody, or some, like a shark, so wrong, to see how beautiful they are. Yes, they can rip you to shreds in seconds, but for most of them. But when you realize that something so powerful that is right next to us, that energy changes your life. So
and they change your life.
Absolutely.
Me, for example, if I go to Laguna Beach and just see the sea, I will always imagine like the music, like ta-dum, 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 ta-dum. Everything. How you prepare yourself to dive with a white shark?
Well, I think that it comes with a lot of practice and being around them more and more. So the more and more that I'm around them, I start to sense their energy closer. I start to realize their patterns of behavior. Sometimes they get aggressive. Sharks have personalities. So some are more aggressive, some are not.
Like me.
Yes. You see? You just attacked me on camera. That's worse than the shark's ever done to me.
Yes.
See?
I'm a killer whale.
Yes, exactly.
I'm an orca.
Orca, yeah.
Very intelligent.
Very intelligent. Very intelligent. And these creatures are super intelligent, and they're very misunderstood, and there's a lot that we still don't know about them. But what I do know is from what I've seen myself, and that I've been surrounded by 30 or 40 sharks at a time.
White sharks?
Like Caribbean sharks.
Oh my God.
And then I've been around one single great white.
Great white.
Yeah.
The white sharks, the great white sharks, they are always single, or they can be in group.
They're usually, they usually roam alone. But at times I've seen 3 or 4 together, not communicating or working as a group, but they surround food sometimes, and so they'll come to the same area, they work with each other, but most of the time they're
You can, for example, when you are under the water, feel the energy of the shark if he is attacking you or not. You can feel that. Because I saw your picture having your reflection in the eye of a shark. How come?
Well, in that case, that picture in particular was a blue shark out of San Diego. So I jumped into the water when I saw them around the boat. And when we jump in, we don't make a big splash. We try to ease in very carefully. As we watch them, we observe them, we see if they come at us very aggressively or they just very curious. Because a lot of times when we dip into the water, it's the first time a shark has ever seen a human. So they're just as curious about us as we are about them. So sometimes people mistake that curiosity as aggression. But just as we so much want to touch them, they also want to come to us and see who we are. So I understand that now. I didn't before. So
you can communicate with sharks
to
take the best picture ever. Because, for example, me, when I see your pictures with sharks, the sharks are posting for you. It's like posing, like they are models. Like you don't. Do you make an effort to take these pictures, or it's coming? Your energy just speak to them, and I saw like this white shark going up, opening his mouth, and you are here. How? Well, how many pictures do you take to have just that perfect one?
Not many. I mean, I've come to picture it, in my mind, the shots that I would like to take. And I have a library, a bank of like situations that I've thought about so many times. So if I catch one of those in those moments, I know that's the picture I want.
Oh my God.
So
you communicate the pose picture to the shark.
I wish it was that easy. I wish it was, I can communicate them to look this way, look that way, but I basically just take what comes to me in that moment because everything to me is beautiful. Every moment, whether it's below me, whether it's above me, whether it's circling me, those are all beautiful moments to me. So if I can find a shot during that time that I think that would be amazing, because like whether the light is hitting the water and it comes through as a beam, that's one type of photo. I could take it underneath the animal where there's a silhouette. There's so many situations, So I basically just take what comes to me, what they give me.
What they give you.
Yeah.
Wow. Are the sharks blind?
No, they're not.
They see. They can see us.
There is some sharks that are in very cold water that can't see, or they lose their sight over time. But most sharks can see very well.
Okay. Why they attack us if they see?
A lot of it is mistaken identity. So, if you think about the attacks on surfers, surfers are at the surface. Their surfboard is 6 feet or so. They're paddling like a sea lion. So to a shark, that looks like their favorite food. And remember, they're ambush predators, so they start from below. And when they see the silhouette, they feel the movement in the water. It mimics a seal.
Why the surfers don't just create something to surf different than that? Why they have to make something looks like a seal? And after we say that it's the fault of sharks and we have to kill sharks, because I see, for example, there's countries, without like saying which country, they kill sharks because they take the what we call that?
The fin.
The fin to eat.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, these countries, including our own country, kill over 1 million sharks a month for their fins.
1 million?
Yes, which is horrible. And what they've marketed those fins as like a natural Viagra or other cure for different types of diseases. So they market it falsely.
Wait. They kill sharks to make Viagra?